Hi, this is my quick attempt to get to grips with price as it relates to fixed and variable costs. So I want to take you through this first model and then we can look at two examples based on this model. So line A is the number of units sold, and to start off, we're only selling 1 unit. Line B is the variable costs per unit sold, and that is 10 Rand. Line C is the price that has been set for 1 unit, and that is 25 Rand. And then line D is the fixed costs, and that is set at 100 Rand. Therefore, you see in line E, income, which is the number of units sold, A, times the price, is 1 times 25, or A times C, which is 25 Rand. The variable costs are 10 Rand, which is the number of units sold, 1 times the variable cost per unit, which is 10 Rand. So it comes to 10 Rand. And the gross profit, that's an accounting term that you've got to get your head around. The gross profit is then 15 Rand, which is 10 Rand from 25 Rand, or E from F. Then we bring in the fixed costs, and the fixed costs, we look at line D, was 100 Rand. So when you subtract 100 Rand as a cost, or from 15 Rand, you make a net loss of 85 Rand, a net loss of 85 Rand. Okay. So I hope you understand that, because if you get that flow, and you really got to make sure you get that clear in your head, we can then look at two simple examples to see if you change price or volume, what happens. So now, in this little example, we see we're selling 10 units. The variable cost remain the same. The price per cost remains 25 Rand. We fixed the price. The fixed costs are 100 Rand. And so your income is 250 Rand. It is 10 times 25. The variable cost is 100 Rand, which is 10 units times 10 Rand, which is the variable cost per unit. The gross profit now is 100 Rand from 250 Rand, and so it ends up as 150 Rand gross profit, but you still have to subtract the fixed costs, which remain fixed at 100 Rand. So now you make a profit of 50 Rand. And so now we're in business at that price of 20 Rand. So what if you change the price to 30 Rand? We see that we're still selling 10. We're luckily enough able to sell 10. The price has gone up. And suddenly, if we look and we follow all the same arithmetic, the profit has doubled. Wow. So for an increase of 5 Rand on the price, the profit has doubled. So here's my point about price, how significant a small change in price can be to the net profit, or what is also called the bottom line. And let's look at one more example. Let's get really bullish and say we can only sell, we can set the price at 40 Rand, but in fact we can only sell 5 units. Then you see that in fact the profit, the profit or the bottom line remains 50 Rand. So the point here is, start off with a price at 25 Rand, you increase it by 5 Rand, and you get a much better bottom line result. But if you get a little bit too carried away with the price increase and you go from 25 Rand to 40 Rand, your unit sales will most probably drop. And in this little example, we drop it to 5. And then what happens is you're all the way back to only making a profit of 50 Rand. And so you can take this model, and hopefully now you've got a better understanding of it. And what I encourage you to do is not to be hypothetical, but to use your own organization and put in your own prices, and then do little models where you increase the price you make, because you have to make a forecast on what will happen to unit sales. Will it go up or will it go down? Obviously, if you put the price up, there's a good chance the unit sales will decrease, and if you bring the price down, the unit sales will increase. The variable costs per unit are a constant, and the fixed costs for the business are a constant. And what you would then be able to model is, with adjustments to price, making assumptions for what unit sales will be, what is then the optimum pricing price per unit that you could go to market on. I hope this little example has been useful, and I wish you luck in the exam. Thank you. Bye-bye.